Welcome to Commerce with Karanta Lane, your complete academy for business, accounting, and economics.
All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to follow the fascinating and sometimes chaotic journey of how information actually moves through an organization, how it succeeds or, sometimes spectacularly fails. So why do some businesses absolutely thrive on innovation, while others are literally hemorrhaging money over the simplest misunderstandings? It's a huge question, right? It really gets to the very heart of business survival. And honestly, the answer almost always comes down to communication. Today, we're unpacking the massive financial and cultural stakes behind simply getting your message across. Okay, here's our flight path for this journey. We'll start with the communication journey itself, then move into choosing your medium, the digital communication era, the power of good communication, the cost of poor communication, and finally, breaking down those pesky communication barriers. Let's get into it. Section 1. The communication journey. At its most basic level, communication is just the process of transferring information from a sender to a receiver. But hey, don't let that simple textbook definition fool you. You got to think of this sender-to-receiver dynamic as an active, living entity. It's the absolute heartbeat of a business ecosystem. If that heart stops pumping clear information, well, the whole system suffers.
Now, this heartbeat basically divides into two completely distinct pathways, internal and external. Internally, you've got messages bouncing strictly between employees. Think about how Google used its internal network, Google+, to share news and insights across its different departments. But externally, the message goes right outside the company walls. Picture Aldi, the supermarket chain, blasting out those special buy promotional offers via a weekly customer newsletter. Two totally different audiences, which means you need two completely different strategic approaches.
Moving on to Section 2, choosing your medium.
So once you actually know who you're talking to, you have to choose exactly how you're going to talk to them. And every single method you choose is a deliberate trade-off. Verbal communication, it gives you incredible speed and instant two-way feedback, but there's usually no permanent record. Nonverbal communication, like throwing up a complex chart, is visually appealing and really clarifies things, but feedback's pretty limited. And written communication gives you that hard evidence you can always refer back to, which is absolutely crucial for resolving disputes, but it totally removes body language. Plus, let's be real, you risk boring people to death if it's too long.
And within those three categories, there's a massive spectrum. Verbal isn't just talking. It ranges from those highly formal, stiff board meetings all the way down to a quick, informal chat by the coffee machine. Nonverbal covers formal diagrams down to just, a thumbs up or a nod. Written ranges from official corporate press releases to a quick, instant message. The big takeaway here is that businesses rarely rely on just one. They are constantly mixing and matching these methods to make sure the message actually lands, whatever the situation. All right, Section 3. The digital communication era.
We're living in an era where digital tools can blast information across the globe in milliseconds. But that speed, total double-edged sword. Email, for example, is wonderfully cheap and makes file sharing a breeze, but it also opens the door to nasty viruses or getting your crucial updates swallowed by a spam filter. Instant messaging, like WhatsApp or Slack, is phenomenal for quick, real-time exchanges. But since it's just text, it strips away all those vital nonverbal cues we just talked about, which drastically increases the chance of somebody misunderstanding you. And video conferencing? It cuts travel costs brilliantly, sure, but one spotty internet connection and your whole meeting instantly grinds to a halt.
Section 4. The power of good communication.
Effective communication literally means the information sent is actually received, understood, and acted upon exactly as intended. When a company nails that, the benefits just ripple through the entire organization. It cuts operational costs, boosts customer satisfaction, and massively drives worker motivation. A really great real-world example of this is Zappos. By keeping their employees constantly in the loop with honest, timely updates, they build this incredible culture of transparency. And employees genuinely value that openness for management.
Another huge benefit is efficiency. Take the number 18, for instance. TED is obviously famous for their brief, impactful talks, right? But internally, they actually enforce a super strict 18-minute limit on their own meetings. Why? Because the research shows that longer meetings just drain our attention spans and absolutely kill productivity. Clear, concise communication literally saves time and money. It's a game changer.
Good communication also sparks innovation. Take 3M, for example. They have this incredible policy where they allow employees to dedicate 15% of their working time purely to collaborating with colleagues. By intentionally carving out that specific time for open communication and idea sharing, they directly fuel a workplace culture of continuous creativity.
So, the crucial point here is that when workers actually feel heard, their commitment just skyrockets. When the UK bus company Stagecoach rolled out an instant messaging app called Blink to connect their workforce, they saw a massive 32% rise in employee satisfaction. Plus, their staff turnover dropped by 26%. I mean, that is the literal, measurable power of feeling connected and involved in the process.
Section 5. The cost of poor communication.
Now, let's slow down a bit and look at the dark side. What happens when this flow of information just grinds to a halt? It triggers a completely catastrophic domino effect. Let's walk through it. Step 1. Workers feel way less informed about their tasks, which instantly drops morale and motivation. Step 2. That low morale breeds inefficiency, slowing down crucial decision-making. Step 3. Things get rushed, leading to severe inaccuracy. Imagine the chilling example of a new children's toy, where vital safety checks get missed simply because colleagues miscommunicated. And finally, step 4. All those delays, defects, and mistakes result in rapidly increasing costs, totally tanking the business's overall performance.
Section 6. Breaking down communication barriers. It's time to introduce the villains of our story, the actual barriers to our message. One of the biggest in any modern workplace is just pure noise and distraction. Constant phone notifications, email alerts. It's exhausting. To fight this, a UK company called Trailfinders took a pretty radical but highly effective approach. They literally require employees to lock their personal phones in lockers during work hours. No exceptions. It completely strips away that digital distraction and lets people do focused, high-quality work. Another massive but often invisible barrier is hierarchical fear. If your organization has too many layers, or if people are just plain scared to speak to their boss, the free flow of ideas completely dies. The strategic fix here? Flatten that hierarchy. By setting up regular, low-stakes, one-to-one meetings with managers, businesses encourage real two-way feedback. It makes staff feel way more comfortable sharing crucial info no matter what their job title is.
Then, of course, there's the barrier of language and jargon. Every industry loves its buzzwords, right? But drowning new staff in business-specific acronyms just alienates them. The fix is actually remarkably simple, but it takes discipline. You have to minimize highly technical terms and make sure the whole company uses an agreed-upon, straightforward language for key communications. We followed the journey of a message today, from picking the right medium to navigating digital tools, all the way to dismantling those costly barriers. So, I want to leave you with this final thought to reflect on for your own workplace. Is your organization's hierarchy helping your message, or is it silently silencing it? Really think about that next time you're analyzing how information flows around you. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.
Thanks for watching Commerce with Elaine. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons in business, accounting, and economics. Keep learning smart and score that a star. I'll see you in the next video.